The long-awaited resentencing hearing for the Menendez brothers, it's currently underway. This is a critical moment for Lyle and Erik Menendez in their bid for freedom. They have spent nearly 3 decades in prison for the notorious shotgun murders of their parents back in 1989. Here's what their attorney told NBC News on his way into court.
What are your thoughts heading into court? How are you? How are the brothers feeling right now?
I think we're in a good place. So I'm confident, and I'm looking forward to a productive hearing.
Dana Griffin joins us live outside the courthouse. Dana, we just saw you there talking to the attorney directly, but we also just heard from the district attorney. What are we expecting during this 2-day hearing?
Yes, so Morgan, right now there is a defense witness on the stand right now. Anna Maria Barral, she is the cousin of Erik and Lyle Menendez. She's talking about how they have shown empathy, and she also noted that there are 2 members of their family who are elderly and in failing health, and she says that it would mean everything to have them come home for the time that they have left. Now, the district attorney, Nathan Hochman, spoke outside of court saying that he does not believe that the brothers have been rehabilitated, nor have they taken full accountability for the lies that he says they told, trying to cover up the murders. I asked him a couple of questions about whether the risk assessment that was conducted makes him concerned about whether or not they could reoffend. And he says that he doesn't necessarily think that, but he is concerned about the alleged rule breaking that they have done in prison could equate to rule breaking in society. Listen to what else he told us.
That self-defense is a lie. It was a lie back in the 1990s when they presented it at trial and the jury rejected it, and it is a lie today. The Menendez brothers have never come fully clean with all the lies, cover-up, deceit that they have told for the past 30 years.
Now, 7 family members are expected to testify along with 2 experts. The question was raised on whether the brothers would be able to speak in court without being cross-examined. The judge says that they could, but it would come after arguments. So right now we've got defense witnesses. The prosecution is not going to call any witnesses. So, Morgan, things could wrap up either today or tomorrow.
Is that how soon a judge could make a decision?
Possibly. The judge has not indicated whether he would issue a ruling from the bench or if he would take time to maybe think about it, put it in writing, or maybe schedule an additional hearing date to reveal whether or not they will be resentenced. So it could happen at any moment, and that's going to be the big mystery of when will we find out their fate.
I know
Morgan?
You will bring it to us once we do. Dana Griffin reporting live outside the courthouse there. Dana, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.